I gotta feel the wind from your voices in my beard. Jack and Jack! Yeah! Let's bring him out. Ladies and gentlemen. Got it.
What's up, everyone? Thanks so much for coming. Appreciate you. Shout out Tampa.
Shout out Tampa.
It's our first time here.
My very first time in the city.
How you like it?
I like it a lot.
I mean, we haven't seen too much, but I love it. We got some rays today.
Yeah,
our
the
little
pool.
the pool.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It's March and we get rays.
We're getting pale right now, so that's crucial. Totally. Yeah.
Were you in Tampa or were you over like close to the beach? You get over by the beach at all? Or
I wish.
No
man.
beach.
We were gonna go tomorrow, but I guess we have something like Fort Myers or something at like 11 a.m. or something.
No, that's too early for Fort Myers.
I know, man.
That's way too far to be there by 11.
What, is Fort Myers not the vibe? Is it like...
No, it's a cool vibe. It's just 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Oh man, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so we gotta get up at like.
Yes, you gotta be up at 8.
All right. Early
On the road by 8.
How are you guys doing though? Good? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Have we met any of you before? Anyone?
No.
Just you? Just one girl? Yeah, that's awesome.
Toby.
And Toby, yeah, of course.
And you?
Radio guy, yeah.
Familiar face.
I love it. I like your jeans. Do you rip them yourself? No? I mean, I couldn't tell. I mean, it looks fly.
Do you do that? Do you rip your own jeans?
I actually have before.
Because I have too. That's why I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, sometimes like, you know, when like the knee's like super straight, it looks kind of weird, so like I'll expand it a little.
Or if you own like a pair of unripped jeans for like a year and you wear them, you're like, all right. So then you gotta just like cut them up.
My grandma thinks I'm a freak when I do that. She's like, what are you doing?
I will give you a jean rippers, professional jean rippers guide.
I'm listening.
You need to get some sandpaper. That's real heavy, heavy
get
industry
the
sandpaper, right?
And get the distressed.
You make a little tiny cut, and then you start doing this, and all of a sudden the threads start showing. And then you wash them, and they're
Oh, okay.
Abercrombie style.
So you can rip it without fully busting through the forehead. Okay.
This is what you do when you're broke and you want really cool ripped jeans, but you can't afford ripped jeans.
Hey, DIY. That's what DIY.
I used to do it all the time. So how did you two guys come all the way from Omaha, Nebraska to where you are now? How did that all start?
Man.
Well.
I mean, we know about we know about like, you know, social media side of it and like how that kind of got going back in the day. But when did you decide, hey, we got to do the music thing? We want to start getting into music.
Yeah. I mean, I know Jack and I always had like this undying passion for music since we were younger. You know, you can even go back and find like really embarrassing videos of us like making song parodies in like 5th and 6th grade. It's like, don't do it if you haven't seen them yet, because you'll cringe deep in your soul. But regardless, you know, Jack and I always loved writing music, and we always loved making music. And you know, he was in show choir in middle school and high school, and I was always writing raps for myself. I was kind of self-conscious about it because, you know, I don't really look the part of a rapper, obviously. I mean, but I guess, yeah. Once we started getting this fan base from Vine, you know, I think our fans really gave us confidence to, you know, be very open about our music, our musical abilities, and just our passion for music. And so once we started posting covers on Vine, like it was probably like 90% comedy, like 10% musical covers. You know, I don't know the exact ratio. That's just my like.
It was probably like 87-13.
87-13.
Yeah.
Maybe like it could have been. But regardless, we saw people commenting saying, "Yo, you guys should make originals." In Omaha, Nebraska, there's not really like the most popular music scene, believe it or not. There's like, wow, really?
Yeah, no. There's like not a single studio out.
The 311. I don't know if you're a 311 fan.
Yeah, 311, absolutely.
It was our high school.
Yeah, we went to the same high
That's
school.
like
Oh, really?
So that's like, yeah.
That's the big claim to fame in Omaha.
Yeah. 311 was actually the police code for public indecency. So yeah, I guess they were running around naked.
And our school got out at 3:11, and there's a theory there.
Or 3:10, and 3:11 was the minute after school got out.
Anyway,
that was our,
we decided, and we're getting like ways. But basically, we had no way of making music in Omaha. But then a couple of kids who were passionate about producing that went to a school called Millard that was in our area in Omaha, Nebraska, were like, yo, y'all have like a bunch of fans, and they're telling you to make music. Let's just like make some music. It's all right if it's not like professional style. Let's just do it Omaha style. And so that's what we did. We made like 4 songs. One of them we'll be performing today. But yeah, so like those were like our first ever songs, I guess. And
how cool was that the first time you were in an actual studio messing around?
No, it was.
I mean, yeah, it was just closet.
It was just what?
But it's just a closet. It was just their closet.
It was just a closet.
It was.
But regardless, yeah, those songs allowed us to get out to Los Angeles, you know, to support all our fans showed, allowed us to, you know, get out to LA and start working with people who were producing as an occupation, you know, as opposed to a hobby. And then we finally got in real studios, and we were like, oh my gosh, like learning so much, soaking up so much new knowledge every day, you know, in terms of studio life. And so, yeah, I think Jack and I just kept falling more and more in love with the process. And now it's to the point where, like, you know, some of our old songs, like, we listen to them now and we're like, oh, okay, you know, we get what we were trying to go for, but like maybe it didn't translate too well. But now it's like to the point where Jack and I are super confident with everything we put on paper and everything we put laid out in the studio, and so it's crazy just to feel the progression internally. And you know, I hope the fans see the progression too with the music. Man.
Can we hear one of the songs?
Absolutely, yeah.
Which one do you want to do for us?
This first one's called "Wrong One." It's
Yes.
yeah.